So I'm mostly expecting this episode to be about plumbing, putting the pipes in. I've got the input and wastewater outlet pre-planned, as in the last episode, which is basically at this side of the van. So the first thing I want to do is sort out the inputs and the waste outlet for both this sink and the shower. But the sink comes first, with it being the furthest away, because I can't do the shower waste outlet before sorting the sink out. I've got to sort that out first to see where the pipes are going to go. The hot water tank is going to go under here. So first is this. I can do this first and then put the hot water tank in. That's got to come off. Split that in half because I want easy access to this area under the sink, and I want to have a close look at exactly how I can do it. So I'm just thinking about my pipe work. I have thought about this before. I'm trying to avoid drilling holes in the floor where possible, but I've got to drill at least 4 holes, probably 6 holes in the floor for waste pipes. So I don't want the connections inside the van, because if you develop a leak, it's going all out floor in the van. If it's going to leak, I want it leaking outside. So from the shower connections up there, the 2 hot and cold shower pipes can come down here around the seat belt, under here. Check this panel out, make a hole for it, come under here, and there is room, there's comfortably room under there for 2 pipes to run. Join these. If I can make hot water pipes, hot water tank's going to be over here, so if I can have all the connections under here that I can access with one panel, check with one panel here, that makes it much more manageable. That's the way I'm going to try and do it. Then it avoids having to drill 2 holes down here for the shower pipes. I'd rather avoid that if I possibly can, and avoid 2 holes for the sink here. If I can just have inputs for the hot and cold, or sorry, inputs for the cold, 1 input for the cold, and the connections for the cold are going to each. Then the hot is coming from the hot tank to this and that. So if I can get all the connections under here, that would be ideal, and it keeps the holes in the floor down to a minimum. Now under this sink I have, fortunately, left room to get to the drain. That can drop down here quite a bit, but I've still got to make a hole in here somewhere. Okay, so I've had this panel out, cut it up, added a brace behind it, so that'll be my access panel. I should have enough room there to obviously inspect, but also to connect things up and leave this in place. So the next thing is put this back and drill the hole on this piece to fit it into there. It's getting a bit dark in here, so I've got 12 volt on, but I've got it all back together. This panel back in, which is an absolute pig to put back in, but now I've got an access panel. I might just have to bolster the back of that panel a bit up to wall. There's a bit too much giving that for my liking. So, but I've got my access panel. That's the thing I'm most bothered about. Also, I just bitten the bullet and ordered my water heater, so that should come in 2 or 3 days, so I can really get on with it. Okay, so this next minute or so is for the benefit of people who've not done much plumbing before, don't know much about it, wanting to have a go at plumbing and being a bit intimidated by it, because it is bewildering. In fact, the different sizes and different fittings are bewildering, I think. So let's just have a look at how I've done things. First, I've ended up being lucky. I bought this for the van. A pair of them. I bought them months back and I couldn't remember if they fitted this or not, but they do actually fit. They do fit shower fittings there. They also fit my sink fittings under there. Right, so the next thing I wanted to figure out was, how do you connect something like that to a piece of the best size pipe to do the cold water on the van. Looking at the actual fittings on camper van supplies, most of them are 12mm from what I've seen. I looked at this logically and slowly because it was giving me a headache. There's a size that says 3/4 BSP and a size that says half BSP. And also it says 3/4 G and half G. Now that bewildered me again. I'm assuming there's two different threads, but I googled it, and actually G means the same as BSP, so they're exactly the same. Knowing this fitted the shower and my sink taps, I then wanted to connect everything to 12mm pipe. So what I did was, I got this, but I wasn't sure what size it was. I thought it was 3/4 BSP. I went to Wolseley Plumbing Merchants a couple of days ago, and I took this with me, feeling like a chump, actually taking it into Plumbing Merchants with me, and I asked them just to clarify what size it is. It took it back at shop, must have measured it up or whatever, and he says that's actually 1/2 inch BSP. I wanted to get 1/2 inch pipe to 1/2 inch BSP, but I was thinking I was going to have to get 3/4 reducers down to half, but they're not 3/4, these are actually 1/2. So that saved me some problems. So once I found out this was 1/2 inch BSP, that made me more confident in actually ordering stuff, because I was assuming I would have to be ordering 3/4 BSP, and I was ready to order it. Actually, I very nearly ordered it without going to Wolseley's, thinking this will be 3/4, because when you measure it up on the fitting, that is practically 3/4 inch across, as are the male fittings on the shower, and that's what confused me. So I've ordered this stuff, it's on the way, but first I've got this to fit. That came today. I'm just going to screw it down to this wood. I've had a problem because a lot of that is not fastened to the floor of the van. It's fastened right at the end. That vertical piece is fastened to the floor, and I think that horizontal one there is fastened to the floor as well, or it might be the vertical one at the back of that that's fastened to the floor to support the shower. I've done this the easy way. I took a panel off here, drilled that little length, and had that piece out, drilled the floor and fitted a, what do you call it, riv nut. So that's now bolted down. Okay, so I've had that mostly fitted, but it's heavy on its own, but with water in it's obviously going to be a lot heavier. It needs supporting more at that side. Yeah, there's a beam there, so that's going to have to be quite thick. So I need to sort this out. Just a support piece here should do it all right. Put a piece under there. Sorted it, that's loads better. Well, this is a pig to fasten down, but I found the easiest way to do it. That one there is the most difficult one to get to. So if I have this twisted out like that, I could put the screw in place with the left hand, and then it'll actually go in partly by hand, just a little bit, and then I can tighten it down with a screwdriver. There's a dramatic angle, and it will go in just. Don't want it too tight, because these holes don't line up very well. Okay, that is a 1/2 inch BSP to 12mm. So the 12mm water pipe will be pushed into the back of that. It's not actually going to go on here, but it's just to illustrate that it fits. I'm having an angle pipe first, and then this will screw in underneath. But that's how it goes. So finally, it took me a lot of day actually, this, not just fitting this, but supporting this bit of floor and fastening it down to the actual steel body of the van. But that's all done now. Now tomorrow I'll just take this panel up under here and then run the plug wire under it so that it comes to this socket here. Okay, so I've had some plumbing stuff delivered, but I've been getting on with this. I put these two angles in, I've cut the piece cut, and I've stained it. Needs another probably 2 coats before it's ready to go in. I've got to angle that a bit better with Dremel so that I can get the attachments on, because I'll never get that on. Don't need a lot taken out, I don't think. And actually, I don't actually know which they're hot and which they're cold are on these, so I could do actually with dismantling them and just having a look and identifying them. The other thing I want to do is trying to figure out exactly where the waste pipe is going to be for this, where the waste hole needs to go through the body. If I can do it straight down. I've got a fastener just there, so I've measured up the proximity. Just going to have a look underneath now. So this is the shower bolt I'm taking my bearings from. Directly forward, the measurement is actually there, but it comes inside. I actually think it's about, I think I'm just going to get away with it. Failing that, I'll have to get a different shower tray. But I think it's going to be in this recess up here, which will be perfect. I think I'm just going to have to drill a pilot hole and have a look where it is. Okay, so I've got the difficult one on. Did have to cut that away a bit, it's not too bad. And this actually, these angles leave just the right amount of clearance for my liking anyway, to keep the pipework reasonably tucked in that direction. So I've had this in a kitchen drawer for 20 odd years. And finally, I put it into good use. I've got plenty of spanners, but okay, so that's already for some pipes, but sickeningly, I've been sent the wrong size of the male adapters. I've been sent 3/8 BSP instead of a 1/2 inch, so I can't fit these connections to the tails on here, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. I wanted to get this connected up, so I'm just going to have to wait a few days till I get the next delivery. Okay, so while I'm waiting for plumbing stuff to be delivered, I've got that trim piece put in, redone those two at the top, and replaced some of these brick tiles and put brown silicone seal in. It's a shame they're slightly different shade, but with brown silicone seal it helps blend them in a little bit. I have put this in. Looks a lot better for it on here. Okay, so it's another day waiting for plumbing bits to be delivered. I've just made this bit for down here. It's a recycled piece. It was originally the piece that was too small for there. But what I'm doing, I want to take these panels off here. I'm just cleaning up the visible part of this panel. It's the corner bit particularly, because I'll probably make trim pieces just to go over here. And that's looking a lot better for a coat of paint on it. Just one more coat and that'll do it. Yes, I've put a lot of varnish on today. On bits that I've not done. Put this black paint at the back of here. Obviously painted that corner. Got that looking a lot nicer. Put this trim piece in, and the last bit is putting that bit in. It looks pretty good actually. I'm quite pleased with that. I just wanted it to blend the wood sort of into the metal rather than trying to cover it all. Had that delivered. I'll be fitting it in a few days and I'm not saying what it is just yet. Okay, so it's another day. I'm still not on plumbing yet. I'm doing a few jobs that I wanted to sort out. I wasn't happy with how these tongue grooves sit on here. The worst not all of them, but some of them were just sat on top of this panel, and I wanted to actually hold them down. Put 3 angles in to actually hold the tongue and groove down, and now this is a lot firmer in here and in bathroom. Now, I've opened a little can of worms up with this, because now none of these panels fit, so I've got to reshape them all at the top. But I've done that one, and I've actually got it closer by taking the back edge off. Okay, so I've just knocked off. Unfortunately, I've had to remake this piece. I can do it a bit better than that. I'll redo it tomorrow. See, that was a funny shape as well, but that goes up to contours with it a lot better. So I'll just redo that tomorrow. It's not far off, but I can get it better. I fitted this little corner piece in today as well, which was tricky. It took me a couple of goes. Oh, but at least it's done. So straight after fitting this thing, I'd already got this out. I can't remember why. I needed to get this lead under there, which I've now done. I'm wanting to work from this side of the van across with a plumbing. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a waste pipe in from here and exit somewhere down here. Now, I might be better actually down that bit. I just need to have a good look at it, see where everything falls. Okay, so I've actually drilled this from underneath. It's not done too badly, except the little drill bit kept disappearing in there. That looks a fair way in, as if I could have done it a long way out there, but the trouble is I couldn't get the drill to it at the correct angle. It's a bit long-winded taking this out to drill it from this side. Well, that hole is big enough. The pipe's not going in there freely, but with a bit of washing up liquid around the edge, it should be a bit easier. But anyway, that's good. I'll just get some paint on it to protect it, and then I can start feeding the pipe properly. Once the paint's dry and I've got the grommet back in. So I've been busy putting rib nuts in to hold the pipe work. I'm putting loops in to hold the pipe. Just got to put one more in here, and then I'm ready to put the waste pipe in. Okay, so I started from outside, shooting it through. It's been a bit of a pig getting it this far. I mean, I've got it far enough now, but this actually split at one bit. I've had to cut a bit off, so I'm hoping it's not split further down where I can't see it and it's going to leak. And after getting enough pipe in the shower itself, I've now got one loop attached. I did fit another rib nut this morning. I'm just going to make my way across. I'm a little bit concerned about that handbrake mechanism. I don't think it'll drop. On some old cars, I think it usually drops when you let the handbrake off, but I don't think that's going to. Okay, so I'll move to the other side of the van. This beam here raises, and I need to fasten the pipe below the brake mechanism, parking brake mechanism. It's too high. I'm going to have to make something to drop it down, so I can put a loop onto like a piece of angle, something like that, and then attach the angle to the chassis. So that has got to come here. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's just I have to bend a little bit. I'm back under the other side, although pretty much in the middle of that. This is going to be attached to here. What I'm thinking is, because I've also got to put the cold water feed across to this sort of point, and a hot water return from here back over to galley. Those two parts are going to be supported as well, so I might as well make a longer bracket, about, I don't know, this sort of length, attach this to this end, I'll possibly take other end. I could actually, yeah, I'll take a bit of pipework out of other end and pull this over here. And have a piece of aluminium, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches long aluminium angle, and attach it to this one fitting here. Okay, so I've got no angle this stamp when I've got this U section. This is going to have to do. Okay, so it didn't take me long to put that together. Now I'm just going to fasten it on and attach this to this hole here. I had a problem with that middle attachment, trying to fit that piece of U-shaped aluminium to it. The rib knot actually came out, so I wasn't confident with it in any case because of how it went in. So I'm going to have to figure something else out with that. But I just made this tyre here, and it is actually now connected to this. And that's not going away. It flops about a bit, but that's secured enough. I could fix it there, I suppose. I might do. Might be an idea. At least that's morning. Still a little bit more to do in the middle there.